Cracking with a knacking. Welcome along to the Mackham Football Show. So, you may or may not have seen my choice of thumbnail for this, but it was Wilson Ice Store's makeshift flag, shall we say? I don't know how else to put it. Class moment at the end of the game. But yeah, let's first welcome you along. We've got David and Alan here with us today. Welcome along. How are we doing?
Andrew says he's coming.
Yeah,
He's on
Good. I need to figure out how to set this bloody thing up properly without the physical earphones, because it's a mess. I'm going to have to turn David up as well. Let's do that to 150. And let's just whack you full volume. Why not? There you go. Right. So, how did you experience...
I've just got those ears in, like, so if you'd rather just, like, get rid of them, I can just talk through the phone. That's easier. If you can't hear me, it'll be your fault.
it's better to talk through the phone, Davey. I do it like.
Alright.
It comes over clearer, because last time I had earphones in and I spoke, it was really tinny and I had to take them out. So I don't know what it is with the is it the iPhone buds you've got, or is it like some sort of?
Not really sure.
Rubbish ones.
I'm trying not to dive too far into the conversation around the actual Boro game until Andy gets here, like. But we do have Bong in the chat, so Bong. Bong, you do. All you need to do is send me a direct message.
Oh, Davey's gone.
He ran away. And he's back.
Again.
There you go. We're supposed to iron out the technical things before we go live, but...
No, it's not a really good start of this, is it, really? Professional.
It is what it is. It's all good.
He didn't really give us a chance. He was like, right, we'll start.
Yeah.
I was going to ask about the headphones before we all kicked off.
Yeah, but you get a notification on Discord 15 minutes before it's going to start.
Yep.
Do you know that?
I mean,
Yep.
That's true, yeah.
Yes. So, anyways, right. Shall we at least discuss the result overall, and then I have no doubt when Andy gets here, he will chip in his thoughts on the game. So,
I'd rather we'll just talk about, by the time he gets on, he can add his 10 minutes, you know what I mean? So might as well talk about the game. Because we'll end up talking about it anyway.
That's it. So, where is the fucking volume on this computer? I'm going to have to do something dodgy here, and if I cut out and I lose the audio, it's all my fault, but I'm going to have to go into headphones.
Alright. So Davies took his off and you're putting yours on.
Hey, Leicester are beating Man U.
Voice.
What is it, the cup?
Output device.
Oh, didn't know. What size is it on?
ITV.
Oh, alright.
There you go. You're crystal clear now. That's perfect. Oh, you can see on my... Okay. Something about Pep Guardiola. Right, sorry, this is such a fucking mess. Jesus Christ. Right, we have a nice 2-3 victory over the Smoggies. How did you perceive how that game went? Because for me, it's probably this podcast is exactly the perfect metaphor for how that game unfolded. Mm-hmm. Uh,
I think the defensive side of his game's gone completely. He still can pass a ball, but like his legs are gone, you know. And Lafay sniffed that out straight away, like so. Second half tortured him, like so. But overall, I thought we had the better quality in moments. Yeah, all right. The goal to win it was, you know, it was unfortunate. It was a stinking own goal. He'd probably have nightmares over that, but I still feel we deserve the victory.
Yeah,
yeah.
I would say so.
I'd agree with that. Luckily, that's it. So, I think we've had a bit of a logistical nightmare with the start of the poddy. The first,
No,
the first,
not us.
no,
That wouldn't be us.
The first part of that, luckily you kind of full looped it, so you did go over it a bit there, Al. Bit that the podcast started to pick up from when you were talking about Ealing losing his legs. So,
What? Hold on a minute. So, that's. I started talking and you weren't even broadcasting.
I was broadcasting, just not your voice.
Right. Okay. All right. I'll rehash that then.
Let's start again then. Right.
Right.
So,
two seconds.
Right.
I'm going to do
It's
this.
really hard to
Welcome
start
along
again
to
when
the Mac and Football Show. This is completely organised, fantastic. Welcome along. We've got Alan and David and Andrew and myself and here today.
Hola.
I'm going to trim it down. It's going to be fantastic. We have had a bit of a mess.
I thought we were back to live.
We are back to live, and that's why it's messy. But I can trim it out at the once it's finished. So all good.
Post production.
All right. Okay.
I could do it.
Real stuff that happens. Look how shiny the top of my head is if I put a back lock. Look at that.
Baldy.
It's going to move forward a bit.
Baldy.
I'm just going to drop down a bit.
I mean, so is mine. So is mine.
You're in a new place again, mate. You are jet setting around the world, lad. I swear to God. Every time I see you, you're in a different room.
Yeah, so this is probably one of the worst places I've been. However, I am looking at a rental now. This is purely...
It's got a red and white wall.
Yeah, it doesn't look great. Yeah, the paint job's worse than some 90s schools. Yeah, I'm looking for a rental in Alice Springs, and this is like a
Angel Pine.
Angel Pines, yeah. And I've seen some sites around here so far, but yeah, enjoying Aussie life, Aussie Central life.
What's the nearest football team to where you are now?
Literally, the nearest football team is obviously just like the local like Sunday league teams. But if you're talking about like proper footy teams or proper soccer teams here, sorry, it's probably Adelaide United, the Reds, just a mere 900 kilometres away.
That's like more than one UK.
Yeah. No. So yeah,
like, isn't Land's End to General Cross like 700 kilometres or something like that? I'm sure.
Pretty much. So
it's just around the corner, lads.
It's to be fair, it's just a plane ride away, but yeah, never mind. Right.
I told you, Mr. Worldwide now, jet setting. Do you remember that? Do you remember the National Lottery jet setter? Remember that one? When they're like, David, you must remember it.
Yeah, I remember. It was
like a quiz, and then like it was on with the National Lottery, like quiz, and then every week they did a quiz, and then if they won the quiz, they went nice hat to someone new. That's you, mate. You're Mr. Worldwide now.
It's
just Pitbull.
Aussie wide. Yeah.
That hat is fantastic. Like,
it was a proper official Akubra. You've got to have a wide brim hat, just to not be sunburnt. Yeah, Pine Gap, Australian life, and it's still stupid o'clock in the morning. 6:44 now. Luckily, today's game or tomorrow's game for you is at 10 p.m. here, so we will have two bits of content in the same day. I'm going to take this off now.
What? Holy smokes!
I know.
That is. The internet's going to be on fire down
Mate, YouTube's going to burn down, lad. 12:30, mate. That's like not that long away.
It's like 14 hours, something like that. But yes, as Alan was kindly demonstrating for us. Sorry,
football now.
There we go. Yes, as Alan was kindly demonstrating, we were talking very briefly about the Boro game, a chaos of a game. Like I said, perfectly demonstrated by this podcast. Very similar. We had a shocky, rocky start. Thank you for saying that. Lafee being man of the match quite comfortably, I think. Absolutely giving the diddle to Ealing down that. He just looked class. He looked unreal. And Ealing looked like an absolute dinosaur. So, I think once we got the kick up the backside.
On the point of view,
go on,
I'm pretty sure there was some voices when he moved from, was it Leeds to Boro?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure there was some voices saying, "Hey, he's the sort of player that we should have been going in for." Well,
they weren't my voices. I can tell you that much.
Didn't look that good at the weekend.
I mean, isn't he our age though? Like, isn't he mid-30s?
32.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm not mid-30s for
he's not that old.
A couple of weeks.
You are mid-30s. You'll be late 30s in a couple of weeks.
No, 35 not late 30s, mate. Don't come up with me with that. I've only barely come to terms with mid-30s.
Right, when you are 35 and 1 day old, you're closer to 40 than you are 30. You're welcome.
You're gonna send me out the pier in a second with some head boots.
Window right there, you know. just off camera.
Just accept it. Time will always pass. Fuck. That's deep.
I don't. To answer your question, I don't know how old Alan is. I'll check right now.
I'll just share it. I'll just share it.
Mate, he's younger than me.
Podcast.
I can hear you, mate. Yeah.
Right, so that was 4 times.
Andrew, can you hear Alan?
I can now. I think he's turned himself back on. He unmuted himself.
No, he didn't.
He said it 4 times.
4 times. Obviously, couldn't hear the sound of your own voice.
Oh, well, I do apologise.
Those headphones you got on.
What's wrong with them? Company issue, these, mate.
Why are they so far away from your head?
What do you mean?
There's a massive gap. Put them on. Put them on.
Right, compare yours to mine, and then
can you look at Smithy's, right? And then look at yours.
Can you fit your hand through the side of them there?
Mate, I've got a massive fucking head, man. It's proper elongated. Listen, I can't afford some of these fucking fancy dancy ones anyway. Like I say, company issue, lad. Fucking crack on.
Yeah, fair enough. So how did we get back into it?
11th minute.
We conceded. It was the perfect kick. I think it was a perfect kick in the backside for us, to be honest, because we were under the cosh. We didn't really step up, and they were. I don't know. Like, some of the players just felt like it was going to be another one of those run-of-the-mill games. So I'm kind of, obviously the end result is ultimately what comes into effect, but I'm kind of relieved that we conceded that to step up and actually wake up into the match, because I think without it we would have just went to the 85th minute and had a dodgy 1-0 concede and let another chance wasted. So I'm glad it happened as early as it did, and I think ultimately what matters is 3 points, 3 goals.
Action. I mean, I don't, correct us if I'm wrong, but I don't think we barely fucking touched the ball before they scored their first. I think we weren't even, didn't even turn up. So
Couldn't get
probably
off
right.
on it. Couldn't get
Probably,
off on
probably
it.
right.
No,
Right,
it was
Smithy, that goal
great in the one.
we did.
That's it. And
Get us moving in the right direction again.
I think I'll pretty much said that as well, didn't you?
I said, what did I say? I said it took us, the first half was a
32,
write-off.
I think.
I said that 5 times. I said the first half we didn't turn up. I thought, obviously, Rabri is quite good at half-time team talks. So and Lefebvre pretty much had Ireland's pants down the whole game, especially in the second half. And the only concerns, I mean, I don't want to rehash what I said before, but the only concerns I had really is I think 09's not playing well, and I don't think he's been playing well for a bit. If you look at over his overall gameplay,
Would you care for a rating, Alan, on 09? I'll tell you, 6.1.
I'm going to go for. I mean, we won, so the ratings always are slightly inflated when teams win. So I've gone with
But if it's an inflated
6. I've gone with a 6, or for me,
inflated that 0.1, wasn't it?
it was 6.1, Alan. 6.1.
Yeah, so
6.1.
I feel like the first goal.
You start on a 6, don't you? Mate, those ratings start on 6. So
Unless you have a real stinker.
Yeah.
So look, like 09, but if you watch his, I mean, it started at Derby for me, like when they started to sling the ball and he got done twice at the back post.
Yeah.
And if you watch the goal, the Boro goal, he's trying to foul him. Like,
he
has a little
pulls on his
nibble.
shirt. Yeah.
Yeah. And if he goes down and they get a pen, and we're down to 10 men. So I think he thought about having a nibble, and he stopped, because if he fully had a nibble, he'd have gone. But overall, I thought we had the quality we had, especially the fee. It showed. Isidore as well. His finish was top draw. So I thought the performance was second half especially was good, but the concern for me was 09 the whole game.
Okay. That's fair.
Do you think we scored at a good time in the second half? Because I think was it 50 minutes? I mean, only 5 minutes after the 51 minutes, it looks like. Good time to score in it. We'll go 2-1 up just after the half. And that deflates them, doesn't it? They were 1-0 up. Then we dragged it back with Dan Neil, wasn't
the
Dan
wildly
Neil's
deflected goal.
Dan Neil's sausage goal. And then
Did that go down as a Dan Neil goal or an own goal?
No, it was
Dan Neil goal.
So it wasn't target. Fair enough.
I mean, it was a wicked deflection, but it was on target, so.
All right, okay.
It is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. But then Wilson scored 51, 2-1. Lefebvre assists. Incredible pass. Incredible little stutter. I could have watched that goal for half an hour, over and over and on repeat. It was mint.
Mate, that Wilson goal, the best angle is the one from behind. I'm sure you've seen it, but I thought as if the camera's at the other end of the pitch.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The way he puts the keeper on his ass,
yeah,
it's just incredible.
Wasn't that
so
keeper
composed, mate? I can't remember a striker that we've had in our club for a long time being so fucking composed. Usually it's wildly thrashed at her. Since
think
Defoe, I can't think of another one.
Loch Ness. Right, when he was fit, he was very composed. You can't deny that.
He's good in the air, mate.
I mean, he could bang him in from the edge of the D, bring into the box, chip over the keeper. He had it all, but it was a glass slipper.
I'd argue that he's better in the air than Isidore.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. He's a different sort of striker.
He is, yeah. But you would think looking at Isidore, because he's so tall, you'd think he'd be good in the air. But I just don't think he's not as good as Drogba, or Loch Ness Drogba, if you like. But I think he's on the floor gameplay, and he's running the channels is a higher level than Stuart. I
agree.
Yeah.
Stuart was a bit of he didn't have the mobility, did he? He was good in the air. Don't get me wrong. Always a threat, but nowhere
Yeah.
near the same pace, ability
That's
to
it.
turn.
That's it. I've just got a question from Dean, and I've figured out the answer from just good old manual maths. How many times have we won from a losing start this season?
Oh,
I don't know the answer to that question.
I don't know the answer to that. No.
I'm going to say 4.
Okay, go on.
I'm going to say 5.
Okay.
I'll come with 3.
It is the happy medium. It is actually 4. The Boro game made it 4. So Norwich City, Swansea City, Stoke City, and now Middlesbrough. So
That's good, man. That's decent. That's 12 points picked up
from losing positions, yeah. So it is a good sign.
I'll just assess I mean, if we lost 12 points from where we are now,
Would be where
46. We would still be 4th, but we'd only be 1 point ahead of Blackburn.
So we'd be like, we're going to stay in the playoffs. We're going to stay in the playoffs. That's what. Will we seriously still be 4th?
Yeah, mate, there's a 13-point difference between us and Blackburn, and we've got a plus 15 goal difference on them as well.
Jesus Christ! This
and they've played one game.
What I'd say about stats is, I'd say, have we ever dominated? Bar the Burnley game is the one I can remember at home. Have we ever dominated the whole game? I feel like we have a good 45.
Oxford, yeah.
We smashed early in the season.
Yeah, maybe Oxford, yeah. They weren't that much cop-like, but I just feel like
Derby
I'd
County
like to
as
see
well, maybe?
No, they put the pressure on the lad. It was only 1-0, remember, because the Isidore goal didn't count. So, and like I said, they put the pressure on a bit of slinging it in. But I feel like I'd like to see us dominate a whole game instead of just 45 minutes of the game.
What was that?
Yeah.
What was the game that we went to was 4 out? Sheffield Wednesday was 4 out. I feel like that we were comfortable the whole game.
That was like second or third game of the season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, the question was this season, so that is this season.
Yeah.
All
right.
I don't know if this is going to jinx it now. Then thanks for reminding me. But we are.
No, don't say it.
We are
Jinx.
undefeated in 25.
Great.
2025.
I look forward to taking the L in 14 hours' time, mate. Thanks very much.
Yeah, we're undefeated at home still as well. So I guess
we are.
That's a great stat.
That's a good start.
Undefeated at home
That
in
is a good
February
start.
is great stat. That shows how far we've come.
I mean, if we do end up in the Premier League by whatever means, do you think how long do you think that's actually going to last?
Listen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
We'll worry about that then.
Yeah,
fair enough. We'll piss the Premier League and we'll be the next year's champions.
We're only 3 points behind second place, right? And we've got a game in hand on them. So, admittedly, it has to be somewhat like an 8-goal swing.
Yeah.
But, come on.
Oh, Man United have scored.
Oh yeah, there's
actually watching it.
Was
it Rashford?
Cup games, isn't it?
No, it was. No,
Who scored? I'm interested to know. Xerxes. Mate, that's only...
Andrew, why not pass it messages from Alan?
Can you hear me? Because I said Xerxes twice.
Who scored?
Call him some names.
He's a fucking wind-up
Was it
merchant,
Xerxes,
man.
was it?
That's
Was it Xerxes, was it?
Right. Anyways, I'm going to get back to the Sunderland chat and bring up what Bong said. He says, I think we're being too hard on Lugo 9.
I'm not. What do you mean?
Like Neil,
being hard on him.
The lad as always just wants to get the ball, to get the play moving forward. So he does get caught out off the back of that.
No, but look,
right.
I get it. Like, but he hasn't been playing well for a few weeks. Look, he's a good servant of the club, but you know,
he's 30-year-old.
We can't. You know, if we can't sort of like go, oh, it's Luke. We'll let him get away with it. If someone's not playing well, then for me, they come off. You know what I mean? It's any club where you dip in. You know, people dip in form. It's just the way football is. You're not going to play well forever.
I agree with you, Al. To be honest, I don't think he's been playing very well. I think it goes back to that game where he gave away the penalty. What game was it where he pulled them back?
Which one? He did it 2 games in a row.
Yeah. That I think he hasn't played well since then. And that's gone back probably 6-7 games now.
Was that the last time he played Watford?
Sheffield United? No. Oh no, he scored an own goal.
I don't remember, but yeah, I don't think he's played very well since then. But what I will say is I kind of see him getting dropped. Like I just don't see Labrie changing the back line. I know, Alan, you've asked for Ballard to be in there with Metam. I just don't think he's going to do it. I can't see it happening.
Probably not.
Like until it all falls apart, like until there's an absolute calamity, like he's not going to change anything. Or he gets injured,
yeah.
Just can't see it happening.
And look, 09 steps out with the ball really. You know, he's good. You know, he's a mobile centre half. He's not bad at passing. He can, you know, I can break the lines.
He's a voice as
forward,
well. I think that's what we don't give him so much credit for. He is a voice in the back line, isn't he? Like you always see him fucking screaming at people.
Yeah.
Like, saying that though, was it not him that absolutely gave Job the hospital ball for their second goal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I like that term, like.
I mean, I think I don't think anyone's denying that he's not in his best run of form.
I could see St John's ambulance staff at the sideline jumping up after that ball was passed, like because it was bad. But it was a bad move.
What I'd say is like.
I don't know, man. Like Job should have turned the other way, in my opinion. But all right,
I've moaned about it a few times this season. And that's not just 09. It's like it being able to sniff out the squeeze and knowing when to go along. Like I know they want to play out from the back, but you know, I think someone was saying this on TalkSport the other day that you know you don't have to play out from the back all the time. If someone's squeezing you, just go in the channel, go along and get up the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, I'm not saying hoop it. You don't have to hoop it down the pipe and the keeper get it. Put it in the corner. Let the winger run onto it, or the Isidore run the channel and get up. I just think
Luton
they've got a pattern of play. Playing out from the back, we get it. It's working. We're doing well at it. But sometimes, just the players have the ability to sniff out trouble.
Yeah,
and we do have players to beat the press. Like we do have. When you beat the press, that's what puts you in a good position. That's why it's so sought after. If you beat that press and you're behind them, and you've only got the defence to beat, you've got the midfielders, the strikers, runners on, then you know it's a very good position to be in, and see why managers specifically want people who can do that.
Yeah.
But I also agree with yourself, Alan, as well. It doesn't have to be every single possession of the ball. Every single time you chased around the back, passing the ball round and round. Like I just it's frustrating sometimes because
do you know what else
put ourselves in that position.
It's one dimensional if you do it all the time as well. You need to keep them fucking guessing about what you're going to do next.
Yeah.
Like you can't just be like, I'm always going to play a triangle through the midfield or whatever. Nah, you've got to keep them fucking on their toes because otherwise they just can't. Whatever you do, they've got an answer for it. You've got to keep fucking trying different things.
So and I think Labrie does that. Though. He does change tactically. You know what I mean? He does. He has had us sitting deep and breaking. He does play ticky-tacky, you know, out from the back, and he has gone long. But I just feel it's an individual player to sniff out that trouble and decide that. You know what I mean? I think he's given them the freedom, but I just, you know, sometimes players get bogged down. Oh, I must play like this. I don't know.
Yeah.
And they are young, you know what I mean? The young side, so they're not going to be perfect.
Maybe we'll watch the game back and be like, all right, well, in this, like, obviously we were getting pushed up on here. In this next time, I might just fucking sling it down the line, see what happens.
I
I would say though, Job should not have for the second goal. Job turned into the center of the pitch where all the fucking players are. Like I know it was a bit of a hospy ball, but like for me, he should be trying to go the other way.
I can't blame Job for that. Like
the ball was so bad. The ball was so bad for me. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what he did. I feel like even if he turned the other way,
But he's turning into
it
trouble.
still wouldn't be a
Like,
bad situation. We're still playing ourselves into a really bad position. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of that, I do think that Luke, he's all right. He's not going to get dropped. You're right. But I'll tell you who also for me who had a bad game. I'll name two people who I thought had a bad game actually
Go on
for
then.
ourselves. The first one, and nobody's going to like me when I say this, Chris Rigg. I don't think he had a good game. I don't think that he affected the game in his normal way. I think when he got the ball, he was a bit anonymous. I think when he got the ball, potentially he was either making the wrong decision or he was turning around and going back. I just don't think he had a good game, which is probably why he was hauled off. For Samed, who also was particularly shite as well, because when he got the ball, he lost it time and time and time again.
Okay.
I just didn't. I wasn't confident. There's players that you get the ball, Lafay, Isidore, etc. You know they're going to make 9 times out of 10 the right decision, right? Samed, he's come on the past couple of games. In fact, he started the game before, didn't he?
Yeah.
Not for me.
Did, yeah.
So
not for me.
Yeah,
Right.
I think you're right. He's not playing well, but breeding him in at this point in the season when he's, it's going to be really difficult for him.
I disagree with that a little bit, Al, because
you can't just expect to turn up and play well.
That's what's the point of the window? What's the point of the windows in January then? Like people coming into these, people come into clubs.
Another crock.
Yeah, but people come into the club in January. To say you can't bring somebody in halfway through the season is just makes that entire process pointless.
Can, but I think you can, but I think dropping him, like David just said at the start of the last game, dropping him in and expecting him to perform on the same level as everyone else is like that's probably never going to happen.
I mean,
like, you have to be an outstanding player to be able to do that. Like,
and he was built up to be that, but obviously he's been injured. So now that he's back to his normal strength, he should be that in theory
injured,
plonk in. So they've phased him back up. It's not like he's not in training sessions. It's not like he doesn't know the players. It's not like he doesn't know how they play at all. It's just like he's not back at the full 90-minute match fitness. And maybe that's a little bit, he should have been involved in the academy a little bit more, or the under-23s or what have you. But they've made the decision to bring him in. And I do agree with you saying he had a subpar performance and he's not at the level we expect our other players at. So I'm just saying, to Alan's point, yes.
Yes, but no.
Yes, but no. I think it's unfair to say you cannot bring somebody in midway through the season and expect them to perform. He hasn't performed. That's a different point. So we can't expect it just because it doesn't happen. Yeah,
like he hasn't been fucking shite. He's just not been amazing.
He's slowed the game down.
He hasn't been up to pace.
Yeah, he's just slowed everything down. When he gets the ball, you'll notice he'll have the ball for about 20-30% longer than anybody else.
That's his game. That's not his game. His game is karaoke and sitting and passing and, dictating the pace. That's it. He's not fucking going to be like busting along like Rigg. You know what I mean? He's a different midfielder.
Like fucking Ekwa, get the ball and sit around and just hang on to the ball for fucking
Sometimes
half an
you need
hour.
to do that, though, Davey. Sometimes you need to do that.
That's not the game, though, is it?
And arguably, when he came on, he changed the game. Arguably, when he came on, we won. So,
well, I mean, you could say that, yeah. But here's a question for everybody right now.
He's put the pressure on that Boro defender. You can feel him breathing down his neck.
Yeah. Can I also?
Here's a question for everyone right now. All right.
Go on.
Just answer this question, and then I'll leave it. Right.
Look,
you all agree, right? You all agree right now, right? And you're taking Rigg off, right? And you've got two people on the bench. One's Samed and one's Alan Brown, right? Who are you bringing on right now? Right. Because I know I'd be bringing Brown on because after those performances.
Right. Well,
it's a good question.
It depends.
Brown's been injured for a while, so it's a good option to have.
It depends because no Nensi, both of them are not there anymore. both of them are completely unknown. So which gamble do you take? Which
I don't know,
side of
man.
the coin are you
Like,
going to flip at? I know you've seen Sam Ed at his previous club. You've seen Brown at Sunderland.
This,
Like
Yeah,
both
but
of them.
Brown's
Have
Brown.
you're,
We're forgetting, mate, that Brown had a great
Oh,
first
yeah.
couple of games. Like,
But
when
he's
he got
been
injured,
injured.
we were sitting there good. Yeah,
you come back as a
So-
different player after you're injured. That's a
But-
known
but-
fact,
but
right?
he's done it in the championship, though, hasn't he? For 5 games or whatever it was till he got injured.
let me just put this out there, all right? So Lebreeze looked at the bench and went, right, Samed's coming on. You don't know if he said, look, I need it slowing down midfield and a bit more composure. How do you know he hasn't said that to him? And I'm watching in training, he's looked at him in training and gone, you know what, Samed's looked decent in training. Brown's, not for me. We've shipped 5 players out in the last week. So Lebree's not fighting to make decisions, and we won. So we can't really argue with what he did. You know what I mean? Yes, Samed's not on pace, but he's probably a better player. Do you know what I mean? So,
All right.
look,
Okay.
I just think
it's too early to make that call. But
yeah,
I don't think he's as bad as you make it out, David.
Yeah, I think Lebree obviously sees something in him. And you know what I mean? We can't argue with Lebree. We can't. It's not like Parkinson where we're like, fucking hell, we're drawing him. He's got to appear on a holding midfielder. He's a different manager, and I like the way he does business. Yes, he's made mistakes, but he's not frightened to try different stuff. He's gone 5 at the back a couple of times now. He's probably going to think, you know what, I'm not fucking doing that again. But at least he's trying
No, I hope
stuff.
not.
Yeah.
We're fucking 4.
I hope.
He fucking
Yeah.
failed every time, innit?
Let's bring Provider on for the Fallout he's on feet.
Oh, right.
In the box.
Right.
Hey.
Okay. So I'm gonna, before we dig into that, I just want to say, and I want to caveat it: when players play good, we can praise them, and when they play bad, we should be able to criticise them without any rhetoric behind it.
I'm going to praise Lafay's fucking first touch when he fucking skinned Aylan for the 10th time to cross that ball in for the 3rd goal. That's what I'm going to say. Fucking highlight of the match, that touch, mate.
That said, I really hope Provider fixes himself up. Yeah.
That's right. It's a good point. Sam had lost the ball in midfield. Set it up.
Sam did lose the ball. I remember I was watching the watch log with it. I was like, fuck, like he's lost the ball, and then the ball stumbled its way to Lafay, and that was it, mate. Just some magic, and then whipped in. Like, so yeah. All right, he lost the ball, but it worked out in the end. Fair enough.
Tell you what, right? If fucking Soccer AM was still on, when they did like the skills bit at the end.
Oh yes.
What was it called? It'd all be fucking Lafay because he. Showboat, that was it, mate. Would have got fucking 10 minutes of Lafay skinning Aylan down the wing. Full showboat.
Right, and
he did a little round the back flick and everything, didn't he?
I did reverse nutmeg.
Right,
right.
Stay humble. Stay humble.
We all know about reverse nutmeg, Tommy Park. And right, he could have had. You remember they used to do a segment called Taxi for Provider.
Taxi.
Because that was.
Yeah,
bad.
man, you're right. That is a good call, that Alan. Yeah, Taxi for Provider.
We were 3-2 up at that point, wasn't it?
In
the 94th minute.
If he didn't trip our Casper, it would have been 4-2.
I'm telling you, that'll be haunting because that was his moment. He's like, right, I've sat on the bench for fucking 5 months here. And it fell to him on the edge of the box and he's fallen out of fresh air. I'm telling you.
Fucking ankles are made of bombs.
I genuinely did out what he did. What did he do?
God knows.
Only he knows. He booked his Uber out too early.
He did get a yellow card as well.
Oh, did he?
To be fair, he did get up and slice down the guy who took the ball. So
I don't think that was a yellow card, though.
It was Haway.
I got the ball.
You don't think that was a yellow card?
No. What's the title, Davey? I don't think that was a yellow card. I think you got the ball.
That is a blatant yellow card.
He should have got booked for fucking falling hour, mate. Never mind the fucking tackle. Christ.
Nah, I don't know. Like sometimes we do call out how shit the refs are, and there was a couple of shocking decisions, but that game wasn't ruined by the refereeing. It was
No, he was all right. It wasn't too bad.
it was more just our lack of control at the back that saw us concede 2 goals. The third one. Do you want to talk about how we got the winner? Because that's kind of funny.
Man, I just did. The touch, the face touch was literally the highlight of the match.
But then the
was it Ellis?
The touch to get him down the wing and whip the ball in. Man,
was any suddenly player near it though in the box, or was it just him being? Okay.
I said Samed was bearing down on goal, mate. You can see him.
Joe tried to stick a foot out and it just whizzed past it.
Mate, I can't remember the guy's name, the Boro defender, but he was good. Like, he was fucking devastated. See it
Ryan Giles.
Ryan
Giles.
He was doing like a little dance before, trying to sort his feet out and everything, but
I don't think he expected it to actually get to him. I think he's thinking that Job's going to get it, and then it just fizzed into it and hit off his shin almost, and then in the back of the net. Like, mate, you take it, don't you? I feel like we deserve the win. Like, I really do. So as long as it crosses that line, mate, that's all I care about.
I went to work on Monday, and I worked in Darlow Tuesday, whenever it was, and full of Boro fans, and they were like, "That was a fucking robbery! Like, there's no way you should have won that. Like, if anything, we should have won that."
What game were they watching? Like,
that's exactly what I said. I was
first
like,
20 minutes, yes, absolutely, but after that
what game were you watching? Like,
did they all have their pink spectacles on?
It says it was typical Boro. They shot themselves in the foot as always. It's been our problem all season. I was like,
right.
Yourselves in the foot.
I'm going to piss off Alan here a little bit, but here's the match stats, right? 53 to 47% possession to the home side, 16 to 15 shots. Sorry, they had 5 on target. We had 10 on target. 2 yellow cards to 3, and they had 1 corner the entire game. So every time they had a shot, it was that piss poor. They couldn't even get a corner off the back of it. Their XG, I don't give a shit about.
How's the XG?
1.41.
Yeah,
and ours was 1.84. So XG wise, I have no idea what this actually means. By the way, expected goals. I know that's what that is, but like how you get to 1 point.
To win, right?
Expected to. If yours is higher, you're expected to win, and
yeah, that's right.
It's as simple as that. We have a bigger number there, and if you just look at I don't know what the website you use for the one where that shows you the play, when it does the bars up and down.
Yeah, the phase of play.
I'm pretty sure that will show you first 20 minutes Boro, and then us for the rest of the first half, them for us for the second half, them for about 5 minutes, and then us for the rest of the game. So for 25 minutes to our 65, how do they think they deserve to win that? I do not know.
I'm just reporting.
I can share it now if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
It's literally. How do I send it in? How do I do it?
You can send me the link. Oh, you can show your screen.
Well.
Send me the link.
Hold on.
What's it called? What's it called? It's a flash mob.
It's an app. Hold on.
I'll find it for you.
Right.
Jesus.
Right, there you go.
Then your screenshot. It's on the app.
It's on the app of what? Okay. We're going to go old school.
Does this kind of extra time, this Man U game?
I'm not sure.
I think so.
Oh, there you go. I wasn't too far off. Was I?
Have you got it?
I've got it. I'm going to have to do the good old-fashioned show my phone on screen, but does that work? And it's zoomed out.
It's gone really small. Oh,
there you go.
There you go. So let me move that out of the way. Blue Sunderland.
Yeah, so we're blue.
Boro. So yeah, like I said, first 20 minutes or so, this side, first 20 minutes or so, all Boro. We expected that. And then we started breaking into it. That's their 2 counter-attacks in the first half. There's our goal. Second half, it's all us. They get 1 leveller, and then it's all us for the rest of the game. To say you deserve to win to that, and when you don't even... When you get level and do nothing, Like,
Yeah.
absolute clown show. That's what it is. You can't. You've got weird colleagues.
Like I said, man. Maybe they were searching for the copium. Who knows?
But yes, either way. Should we talk about
Either way, it was a dub. A dub.
It was a big fat W. Another 3 points in the bag. Before we move on to the Watford game, that is in a couple of hours' time. Do you like the Pride kit?
Mate, I really do. I think, mate, I think I'm going to buy the hat, the bucket hat.
The bucket hat looks class, doesn't it? Get your
it does
on.
look good, mate. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, I think I'm going to buy the bucket hat. In fact, I might do that right now.
Yeah, I really, really like it. And I think it's actually the first time Sunderland have ever done anything Pride related in terms of products, other than like the one, what was it? When we were in the Prem, they did rainbow laces with Paddy Power.
Yeah, I think most teams did that, though, didn't it? It was like a big...
I think everyone does it, yeah.
Yeah. We haven't done any sort of generic sort of our own sort of stuff, I guess.
So I rate it. I think that Hummel had done a good job on that one because I don't know if you recall it, but Bristol City's goalkeeper kit and Coventry City's goalkeeper kit a couple of years ago, it's like that 90s multicolour thing. It's not just like a straightforward rainbow. I think it looks really quite smart.
Oh,
what's happened?
Sorry.
Who scored?
No chance, Alan. No fucking chance.
The old slab.
Slabhead. Okay.
Quiet.
He's loving it.
94th minute. Oh, that's funny. Hello, take it easy. I'm using my glasses. I'm using my lasses profile.
All right.
I remember why, was it? Because
I don't know.
I'll say one thing about that Pride kit.
Yeah, go for it.
It reminds me of the Chelsea badge. Oh, he's offside. Oh. Right, yeah, it reminds me of the Chelsea kit.
Which one?
I'm just looking now, lads.
Chelsea, the badge, and it's all like reflective. I think it's the one they've got now.
Yeah, it's
the chromatic one.
Yeah,
it's sold out, by the way. I just went to buy the shirt. It's gone. You still get the hat, though.
Well, that's all you wanted.
I like the shirt. I won't get that.
That's all I wanted, yeah.
I mean, I've never wore a bucket hat in my life.
Mate, you are missing out on.
I mean,
got some good photos of David taking a bite with a bucket hat.
I'd rather wear a Kubra.
Is it VAR in the FA Cup?
No.
No, well, he's offside.
He's fucking miles off as well, like. He's fucking miles off.
Yeah.
I haven't banned anybody off the account, though, so that one's really weird. Our next game is tonight against Watford, or tomorrow. And Bong has also purchased the Pride kit for me and the lad.
Yes, Bong.
Nice. I really like it. I think it's a classy little touch. I'm not too sure who the bald bloke was in the promo video.
Just
was Andrew.
Mate, if it was me, I'd have told you all about it. Be fucking shouting from the rooftop.
Oh, I got footage of us. You would have been able to meet Dan Neil.
I met him already, lad.
Yeah. Did you teach him everything you know?
No, mate. I just said, all right. How you doing?
No, there's no VA. There's no VA.
Program.
Cool.
Program.
Cool. Glad you did.
Right.
Right.
They're giving Garnacho player of the match, and he I don't think he's player of the match. Like, anyway, sorry.
No, that's
finished.
And
he was through 2-1.
Fantastic. Good for them. Unlucky Leicester. Watford game. I am going to load up Watford's stats now because I haven't really kept an eye on them. I know with the Championship at the minute, outside of the top four, everybody, Blackburn down to QPR and 13th, are within 4 points of each other. So it could literally be one of any of those teams in the running.
It's mega close, like 5th all the way down to 14th. Could basically make the top 6.
So they're currently 12th. They are just inside the top half. But to be fair,
Lost 3 in the bounce.
Yeah.
and that's what gets me a little bit worried, because they've got us and then Leeds. So
What I'd say about Watford is, I'd say they've got a few injuries. I know their striker, or the main man's injured. There's a bloke coming back who's not a centre forward, but he's like a false 9 sort of player, and they've been relying on some 18-year-old up top. So I think it's a different game from when we played them last. You know, we've added to the squad, and they're a bit strapped for players like so. I feel like at home, you know, because when we played, it was the Dan Neil mad decision to fucking chop them down in the box. It was 1-1, so we could have got a draw down there. So I feel like we should have enough to beat them.
I think we do, especially like that good old classic on paper. But the momentum side of it as well. Like I said, they're on the three losses on the bounce. They've not lost like embarrassingly in any of those. It's 2-1, 2-1, and a 1-0. So it's not like they're not scoring. It's not like they're completely getting run over, but they're just not getting a look at the draw. So you got to play with a lot of respect against them, but also what I'm thinking more tactically wise, and I'll bring it back to the question around Dean saying earlier on, will he drop Reef in the midfield? For me, I think he needs to change it away from the 4-2-3-1 formation that we've been going for the last couple of weeks, because that's what Watford will have heavily prepared for. So,
oh no, I don't know about that.
Yes, so I'm thinking, if I'm thinking Libre, I'm thinking this entire week, we've got the shortest turnaround. Let's just go. What's the 2 formations that have worked well for us this season? The 4-2-3-1 and the 4-4-2.
4-4-2.
And
I'm telling you now, he's not going to go 4-4-2.
And I'll tell you why I think he might go 4-4-2. Mundle's back.
Okay.
Lafay is looking for a little bit more central control. You need. I think he's going to start Roberts, Lafay, Bellingham, and Mundle. I do think. Oh, maybe Brown on the bench.
Start Mundle.
I think so.
Nah, there's no way.
Is he too far off?
£100 on him not starting.
He's only just back, mate, from a fucking lengthy.
There's no way he's
hammy,
start
didn't
him.
he? Like, there's not. Nah, he's not starting him.
There's no chance. You might bring him on for 10, 15 minutes.
Also, I would argue like the way we played against Boro at the top end of the pitch was pretty good. Like even Roberts was pretty good. Like the interplay between the sort of 4 furthest up the pitch.
Yeah.
Why would you change that? Like
if
he looks like he's got into his groove. Wilson's obviously still playing very well. Roberts has played all right. Like, just don't see why you would change that.
No.
Okay.
The only change I see is midfield, maybe.
And that's what I'm saying. The 4-2-3. I kind of feel like Meander deserves to move away from the left-hand wing and go up front with Isidore.
But that's not going to happen, though, mate. It's like, yeah, he might deserve it. Like, I think Meander's had, like, when he's been on the pitch, he's been good, but we just can't fit him in right now. That's nothing against him. Everyone else is playing well. Like,
yeah.
It's
just to try and squeeze him on the pitch. It's just, nah.
It's Rigo Samed.
Yeah,
I think Job and Neil are going to start. It's either one of them two. You could argue, well, he's not going to drop 09, you're right. I tell you what I think's not playing well, and I like him, it's Serkin.
Oh.
No. Pickford?
Pickford cannot kick.
He got an assist for him last week.
He cannot kick a ball. His distribution, Pickford's distribution needs to be improved. Like it was so.
Pickford.
Not Pickford. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ, Patterson. Jesus fucking Christ. My head is scrambled. Welcome, Cabby, by the way. Yeah, no, I mean, fucking Patterson. Patterson's distribution has been shocking the last couple of games.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
Like, he's put... I know we've already discussed it, but he passed the ball short to Luke O'Nien. Luke O'Nien's under pressure, and he fucks up that pass as well. So if Patterson hoofs it long, or Luke O'Nien hoofs it long, that second goal for them is non-existent. So yeah, I don't know about Sirkin though, mate.
No, I just think, look, I like Dennis, but I don't know what it is, but I just feel like he's holding back a little bit. Maybe that fucking thing on his hand, but and he drags him off as well. You know what I mean? He's replaced him a few times and switched Luke or whatever. So I don't know. I think they're starting him, but I just think Dennis, I've been playing as well as he can do because I rate him but I just think maybe that thing on his hands and he fucking someone knocked it as well in the Boro game and he that right at the end and he was in fucking agony. So I don't think it's fully healed and I think that's hinders him a little bit. But he's not. I don't think they're going to change it. But they're the sort of two areas. Maybe in midfield, Samara Rig, that question, and maybe a fullback. But the rest will just start.
I would be unsurprised if it was exactly the same lineup.
Really?
It wouldn't shock me in the slightest if the people who start against Boro start again against Watford. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
I think you're right on the back line, but I think the middle of the park needs to be a little bit vamped up because we can't keep starting the games the way we have.
You're not going. But this is what Alan's saying, right? You're not going to drop Job. You're not going to drop Dan Neil, right? So there's only one more spot that you can drop. Who's going to come in instead of Rig?
Who's going to come in instead of Roberts? There's
Roberts
two
going to start, mate.
Lafay can play
He's
any
going
of
to start. He's just had the best game in the Sunderland shirt.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, the only you're not going to drop anyone other than potentially Rig, but then there's no better option in my opinion than Rig, so you might as well start him.
He has played Rig out wide as well. Don't forget, he's not frightened to do that. Well, I see it out wide, but like a right side or left side of midfield, everyone gets bogged down with the winger sort of scenario with, we've got to have wingers, but you haven't got it, you know what I mean? You can have attacking midfielders in them positions. But, I agree with Andrew. I think that it's going to probably be the same starting lineup, but I worry about Sergen. I'm not saying I just worry about him. I don't want him to get him further injured. And if he needs to rest, then rest him. Because Luke could do a job out there. You know what I mean? So, but
yeah, well, Luke will do a job anywhere. I'll add Dean's comment about Sirkin though. He says he reckons Sirkin is better attacking than defending, and I kind of see where he's coming from. I think when we're attacking set pieces, Sirkin is probably better than some of our attacking players sometimes, but he's there to defend. That's his main job. If he's not
I don't know. I think Sirkin's solid.
Yeah, he is, but I just worry about him. I worry about that hand.
Did you?
I don't want to exacerbate the injury. You know what I mean? But look, the club obviously know what they're doing. If he can play, he can play. But I don't think he's been the same with the injury.
Well, it's like when Luke O'Nien got his shoulder pulled out repeatedly after every other game. He's likely to have dislocated. What's it called? The ball socket in his shoulder just pulls out when somebody yanks on it hard. So it's a permanent risk after that point. Maybe this is the same with Sirkin's hand. Just got to deal with it. If he can run around with a little bit of paracetamol or something, it'll be fine.
He's struggling with paracetamol, and I tell you, he'll be getting an injection in his hand.
Got the old fentanyl sticks.
Get a stint on it and make him what's the guy from Mortal Kombat with a metal arm? What's he called? Jax. Jax.
Jack? I don't know.
No, all good. Right, the Watford game. Do you want to do predictions? You're a Tekken guy. You're a Tekken guy.
Yeah, over Mortal Kombat,
And there's a metal robot man in that one as well, but
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, really?
Street Fighter.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my era, that mate.
Is that because of the boobs? It's boobs, isn't it?
Boobs.
Yeah, there was naked men as well.
Oh no. So I was thinking Virtua Fighter. Virtua Fighter had all the boobs.
Smudge, are you? Have you had drink.
There's Street Fighter, Virtua Fighter, Tekken, and Mortal Kombat. And if you want to put it Injustice as well, they're your fighting games to go to.
Tekken was the one. Man.
Yes. Sorry for that mini tangent. Bongs said a 4-0 win to the lads against Watford, or a Watford absorbing all the pressure and it being 0-0. So, see, we're going to dick him or part of the bus.
Opposite. It's either going to be a shit show of goals or it's going to be 0-0.
Yeah. So pick one. What are you thinking? I'm not too sure yet. I'm still yet to make up my mind because I'm not sure how we're going to set up.
I've just told you, mate. It's going to be the same stuff.
I'm still not convinced.
Mate, we'll come back to this tomorrow, and I'll tell you. Right, according to Google, we have a win probability of 64%, draw 21%, Watford 15%.
I mean, after the Plymouth game, like, I was really confident that we were going to win, and we played fucking terrible, and we got a draw. So you never know, do you? It's football, but I really want to see a good, solid, demolishing them. Like, I don't know, maybe I like to see Isidore get a hat trick, for the club. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm going to go with that Isidore hat trick and maybe Watford to get a fucking goal at the end because we switched off. So 3-1.
Isidore hat trick was 75-1 for the Boro game. I had it on. Like, I just felt like that was his time. But Isidore, yeah, I am. I don't think it's going to be 3-1, but I will say 2-1. I think we'll go ahead, continue that 1-0 or 1-goal victory or 1-goal loss for Watford, I should say. 1-goal victory for ourselves. Yeah, I'm on the same vein. I think it'll be 2-0 at half time, 2-1 full time.
Fair enough. Andrew?
I am still undecided. I was leaning towards what Alan said, like a 3-1. But I don't know. Like I'd like to see us really put our mark on a team and, like Alan says, like dominate them. I'm not sure we're going to do that in this game. I feel like it might be another one where we concede first and then come back. I don't know, man. It's a long way for Watford, isn't it? So
yeah,
3-1. They're going to score first, then we'll come back.
I mean, when I thought the Plymouth thing about the Plymouth game, I thought, we're definitely going to turn these fuckers over, and I was like, so
yeah. Then we turned it with one of the worst performances of the season.
It was a bad performance. It was a bad performance all across the board, So, look, I want to see a good performance and a few goals. So, yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah, me too. I'm just trying to work out, like, I'm looking at their injury list, and it's relatively short. They've got Backman.
They've got a few injured.
And Deli Bashiru. If I butchered that, but it doesn't matter. But that's the only two that's showing up on my list as out injured, and they've been out for about 20 games or so. So it's not like it's fresh to them. Everybody else is showing up as okay. So it looks like they might have a good strength squad for their normal. So I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to just say a 1-0 Sunderland win. I'd like it to be. I'd like it to be what I would put a small punt on, a 5-1 win. But I think I'm just gonna be more reserved and say 1-0. Yeah, I think if we get a goal early doors, we can absolutely slap them silly. But just be respectful. Don't get too carried away, and edge my expectations. But if it does end up 5-1, I've kind of half said it, but I'm not committing to it.
5-1.
What is the odds then?
5.
What's Ivan Tony saying on that one?
Nobody's mentioned Tony. Oh, mate, Tony. That's what he says.
Yeah, have you got Duran's number now, Davey? No, he's moved over there.
I think that Duran was into the old,
The double.
the old dabble, yeah.
It's only those who have been done previously for betting offences, Alan. So are we aware that Duran's been?
I'm not saying I've never said he was. I just said he might.
No.
He might be a gambler. You never know. You know what I
I
mean?
forgot.
I'm not libeling him. Just said. He might never...
Who was the Sunderland footballer that was surrounded by money? Was it Darren Gibson? Back at
No,
the...
No, that was Phil Bardsley, mate, who got banned
Phil
from the
Boro,
casino.
mate, yeah. when he was lying around the money in Grosvenor Casino, mate. Yeah. 200 to 1. That's 5-1. 200 to 1. He was lying around in the cash that he just chucked on the roulette or something like that. Roy King wasn't very happy, was he?
No, Roy Keane was fucking rude.
Just get Boro.
Do you know what Roy Keane said? He was like, "What's Anthony Stokes' biggest weakness?" And he was like, "Glass spider." Remember that?
The glass spider, mate.
Another cult hero, Stokes.
Is that?
He was involved in. He was involved in that certain video about that last from the flying boat, wasn't he? The Stokes.
Oh, was he in the Magic Free? He was one of the
God,
wizards.
He was
Yeah,
in the
Brown, I
terrible.
think Brown was one.
One of the wizards
Chris
with
Brown,
Yeah.
someone else.
Liam Lawrence.
Chris
Liam
Brown,
Lawrence,
Liam Lawrence.
Liam Lawrence.
Yeah.
Good at playing with the ones, aren't they?
Some terrible haircuts cutting about then as well, if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
Dyed blonde.
Yeah, the old blonde tips.
Stokes had blonde tips, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Tight
We
Roy
also
tips.
Keane also
coach-
said that Anthony Stokes was going to be the next biggest player, the next best thing. For signing Stokes, so he's going to be incredible. He was shy.
Remember, was it Sean Thornton we had?
Sean
Yeah.
Thornton had the tips as well, didn't he? Yeah.
I do not
How
remember
many
that name
how many
at all.
players? You don't remember Sean? That was early 2000s. How many players do you reckon we've had that have had blonde tips?
I don't know. I
Not
don't think it's.
not
I
in the
don't
last
think it's
decade.
I don't think it's a stat that's tracked on Google. Like,
Speaking of which,
need to
I'm
go
looking
to
at Ian Pervader's stats. All right.
God.
Guess how many minutes he's played in total?
5.
I'm going
20.
to say just shy of 70, so 65.
Right. 65 is Smithy. David, did you say 20 odd?
20, mate. 20.
I'm going to Google
Alan, do you
it.
want to guess?
I'm going to go with 45. A half.
Fucking hell, Alan. It was 46. Alan's Ian Pervader's biggest fan. Tracking all the minutes.
I mean,
Do that the stat about how many times you fell out with it? Nothing.
Yeah. Ghost Hurdles 1.
Do you know what he looks like, though? He looks like he's just like Lebrie's like turning around and seeing him sitting in the stands and went, "Oh, mate, now's your chance. Come down and get this kid on."
On you go, lad.
On you
He's
go.
got a barnet like Pervader, and he's got a strong haircut.
He does look like the kid down like the youth club that's just come out and learned how to do DJs for the first time. Fucking.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm going to put money on. I'm going to put money he's not on the bench.
Pervader.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bet.
I want to
He's
say
definitely not.
I'll tell you
I'll-
what, Dan's or whatever he's called, your man from who got in on loan.
what's the Twitter for
He's
the
injured.
academy?
Dan's is on the
Yeah, he's injured.
He's injured.
Dan's is injured.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's injured, mate.
We've
Signed him
discussed
injured,
this.
mate.
Mate, we love to get these injured motherfuckers in, like.
Dan
Expected
Hans.
return early March 2025.
Yeah.
Mate, it's
That's.
how's he passed
I
the
mean-
medical?
Well, that's the thing. They picked it up on a medical. What all baffles me is if you pick someone up on a medical, sure
Hey,
you
Durant.
don't sign the player. So he better be fucking good.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Just,
You know what I mean?
so you're aware, the academy team played a couple of hours ago. Of those that are potentially bench or first team like breakthroughs, Jensen's sealed.
Yeah.
Abdullahi,
Oh yeah, he's a forward, isn't he? Yeah.
And Lens.
Ahmed Abdullahi.
And Lens. That's it. Everybody else is proper academy players. And maybe Whittaker might be... so I don't know if you know much about the Joneses, but there's two Joneses at the club at the minute. They're brothers.
Harrison.
Jaden and Jordan. Jaden and Jensen.
Mate, it says here Harrison Jones, like.
We might have three of them then.
Where's the number 50?
Okay, we've got Jaden and Jensen.
Duran scored for Al Nassr, Alan. 2 goals.
Oh!
Because he's in a fucking Farmers League, mate, that's why.
Duran, who you were just talking about.
I forgot to ask, by the
2
way.
goals on his debut.
Are we doing any kind of shark watch this week?
Nah, mate. No, mate. Honestly, I was in bed, mate, when you texted that the potty was going on. I was like, shit, I forgot.
Well, look, we can. I tell you what, we can do. We can discuss who's left.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah. He's gone, isn't he?
Abdullah Bar.
He's gone.
He's gone to Dunkirk.
That's a really interesting team because aren't they like second tier in France now?
Yeah, it's like the Championship in France.
Well, the Championship in France is like League 2 in the UK, but yeah, the quality's awful.
Rusin, obviously we knew where he was going.
Yeah.
Connolly, Millwall, missed the penalty, didn't he?
He scored though. He scored one.
Did he?
Yeah. Not a penalty. He scored from play.
Yeah, there's 2 others that have gone. Can't remember.
Is Jewson Bennett still with the random team?
He's gone. He's gone back down to 21s.
He's back.
Yeah,
okay.
He's still on the books, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be in the 21s till he either comes back up or we get rid of him.
Mate, I want more ballet players. Like I want people spinning around on top of the ball.
Who's the other 2 that's left? There's 2 more. There's 5 left this window. There's 3 of them. There's another 2. I don't remember.
O'Sheesh went to Portsmouth.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dale went to Portsmouth. And there's 1 more. Can't remember.
So Aaron Connolly to Millwall, Barr to Dunkirk, O'Sheesh to Portsmouth, Ben Crompton went to Tamworth, Nathan Bishop to Cambridge, Royson to Hajduk Split, and someone called Zach Johnson went to Notts County.
All right, okay. Some of them loan deals, are there?
Yeah. So like the kids, Crompton, Nathan Bishop, they're all loans.
And we still got fucking what's his face out at Salford, the keeper.
In fact, everything was a loan deal apart from Connolly left on a free.
And let's face it, we're not that upset about Connolly going. Like, we've got. He was a stopgap.
All right.
He's a decent player, but he's a stopgap. We both knew it. Yeah.
Got a good goal.
Not good enough. Yeah, I guess he scored a good volley, but that's about it. Like I said at the time, that's one thing out of like the hundreds of minutes he's had that he hasn't done much. He showed a bit of cuteness and a bit of good feet now and then, but that's not enough.
Well, he's been more bang for his buck than Paveda's been made.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But for me, if you want to keep Paveda or Connolly, I'd say Connolly. But we've got Paveda. It's just I don't know. Football's weird, isn't it?
Well, that's the worst thing about this thing is he is like we bought him. He's on a 3-year deal or something.
Yeah, but I don't want this to turn into fucking like an Anthony or a Maguire, where you've paid that much money for him, you're like, maybe we should play him. Just fucking cut your losses and get rid.
If we get promoted, mate, like he's not cutting it now in the Championship, so
fucking no chance. He'd be gone.
I didn't even want to see him anywhere near the bench. I don't want to see him anywhere near the bench now, let alone if we get promoted.
Yeah, but unless he drastically turns it around and comes on and does something brilliant, but I just cannot see it. Yeah, I just think, if
he's come in 3 games, he's got himself a spot on the team, right? Paveda is never going to do that, is he?
No.
I think.
Sorry, Ian, if you're watching. I'm sure you're a nice person.
I'm sure he doesn't. I'm sure none of them watch this, by the way.
Mate. Football, mate. That's what it is. You know what I mean? It's brutal, and I think they know the game they're in. You know what I mean? And
It's a performance
to
art,
anyone who
isn't it?
moves
Really,
on.
it's a performance art.
Yeah.
We can criticise it. So
What I'd say about Bar before we move on is he did have a good chant. Like I'm going to miss chanting the chant.
Yeah, good chant, yeah. It's so frustrating to watch.
He had that one game,
Right.
do you remember, where he scored twice, and we're like, right, he's our striker. He's going to play up front. Remember last season?
So, how's I don't know the answer to Bong's question. How's Hamia doing at Juve? So he was supposed to be our number one striker, wasn't he?
God knows. If only we had
next
someone
week, tune in next week for Shark Watch.
It was little feature is to check on the load players.
And
I told you, mate. I was fucking half asleep.
And David, yours is to get Tony Ivans to tell us the odds. I still don't know what the odds are for 5-1.
I told you it was
200 to 1.
200 to 1, mate.
Oh, so it's max odds.
Someone's got to check the mute buttons, like.
Yeah, we've had problems tonight with fucking it. I don't know, people leaving stuff.
Bedtime.
We need a studio.
Yeah, you're coming across Alice Springs. There'll be a cheap one here. Just got to spend $3,000 on a flight.
I'll get a boat. How long does that
take? 6 months.
I was going to say, it's probably like half a year to get to Australia, isn't it?
It's quite a while. It's about 9 weeks on a boat.
On a boat?
Mm-hmm. You can't
go
on
a boat. Like, I'm not having you get to Australia in 9 weeks on a ship, like.
What do you mean?
Of course you can.
I'm not on a fucking boat. Who's like that, Joe? I'm on a boat.
Oh,
boat and hose.
No. I'm on a boat. It's you know your man out of you know the guy out
Adam
of
Sandberg.
Thank you, Brooklyn 99. Yeah, Andy Sandberg. It's his band. I'm on a boat.
Got my dick in a box.
So here you go.
The Lonely Island. Thank you.
Jizz in my pants.
To Australia by boat. Here we go. In the 19th century, you could get there in about 90 days.
That's not too bad.
Sailing routes today differ between 30 and 60 days. So
I've got between
9
32
weeks.
and 40 days.
32 and 40 days. Okay, so that's still a while.
I mean, yeah. It's about a month, isn't it? A month and a half.
There you go. Anyways, right.
We set off now, mate. I'll be there.
For next season.
Mid-March.
See you for the Prem.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, cool. Enjoy your night's sleep, lads. I am going to chill out for the day and do a watch along. If you can't make the game, if you want to tune in or anything like that, let me know.
All right,
lad, I'm going to the game.
I won't. You going to the game? Oh yeah, of course you are.
I am. I'm going to the game.
I won't be here because Stacey's gone out. So
fair enough. Look after the Bambinos. No worries.
Yeah.
All good.
I'll have it on the telly though. Group chat will be lit up.
Popping. Just one at the comment. Swifty shirt.
Yeah, do you like it, mate?
So, pretty cool. Nice.
I've got a question for you, Smithy, though, before we wrap up, though. I've got a question for you.
Okay.
Who are you supporting on Sunday? Are you supporting the Chiefs or the Eagles?
Which cities are they based out of? Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City.
What's the Eagles?
Kansas City. Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. I'll go Kansas City then. Just because Philadelphia.
Probably the only person who's got to say that.
Philadelphia, I don't like their cheese.
No.
That's not a different thing.
All right. I'm supporting the Eagles, but I think the Chiefs are going to win.
It means nothing to me. It's not the Dolphins. It's not the Dolphins.
Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Fly, Eagles.
There's actually a good film about a special teams bloke who it's called Invincible, and it's got Mark Wahlberg in. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
It's a great film. It's about where the Eagles were really struggling, so they went, "Does anyone want to do we'll do a trial for the public.
What? And,
And
Mark
it's in the
Wahlberg's the
70s,
guy.
Yeah, well, it's based on a bloke called Vince Papali, and they picked him, and he ended up running a championship with him. It's a good film.
Great. I'll watch it. I'll line it up.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Do you know who's an Eagles fan?
Jamie at work.
JD from Scrubs.
Two people who I know who are Eagles fans. The first one is Amelia's physics teacher, is an Eagles fan.
American.
And the second one, no, he's not. And the second one is David Boreanaz from Angel and Bones and shit. He's a Philadelphia Eagles fan as well.
Shout out
He'll be
those
there,
two
mate.
people. Thank you very much.
He's got that dollar, mate, to get a ticket to the Super Bowl. Not like us scrubs watching it on telly.
Better way to watch
I'm
it
going to be
sometimes.
I'm just looking on the news.
Ben in a pub.
I'm
Spitting
going
them
on
Gs.
dailies.
Is that tomorrow then?
No, Sunday.
Yeah, for you, yeah, Sunday.
Well, yeah, for you, yeah. Gino DeCampo's in trouble.
I feel like we're going into dodgy territory, but yeah, I read that as well.
It's on the news now. We'll finish on that.
And on that note,
Gino is it?
I like pasta as much as anyone else, lad.
Gino's on the list.
Right.
Is it Greg Wallace also? You know, Greg Wallace, wasn't he also?
He's part of that crew, mate.
Yeah, Gino and Greg.
The dirty chef.
Give yourself.
Chris Core, welcome. Fuck the mags. There you go. Perfect. That's a nice way to end it.
Well, how do you feel about Gino DeCampo?